Yeah, and again, I'm going to try to make this as quick and entertaining as possible. But I got to first announce that if you haven't heard by now, Security Life was recently acquired by Ameritas out of Lincoln, Nebraska. The good thing about Ameritas is that they are about a $2.5 billion company, very, very successful in the dental and vision world and in the insurance industry. And they really look at Security Life because we do such a good job, according to them, on the individual products. And I say that because Ameritas is very good in the group side of things, but on the individual side of things, they're not as experienced as we are. So they figured it was easier to purchase Security Life and grow our model. The good news about it is that they have a lot more resources than Security Life. They have a better rating. They're an A-rated company. So I see a lot more good things to happen in here in the coming months. With that said, the product that I'm about to show you is doing really well in the market. As you can see, we have, well, I don't know if you can see it, but you may want to know that we have increased, by, I don't even know the percentage amount, but we used to sell 25 policies a week. Now we sell over 1,000 every week. So it has done really, really well. And what we did is we not only focus on having a strong product with strong benefits, but we also focus on making dental and vision extremely easy to sell. We understood that the selling process had to be very, very simple. And we needed to take away as many objections as possible for you, the agent, for one simple reason. The commission is not very much. It's not very high. And it's not because the commission is bad. It's because the premium on a dental and a vision product are low. So you're not going to make a lot of money selling only dental and vision. However, where the true opportunity lies is thinking on what dental and vision do for you. And what they do for you is they are very good door opener products. People want it. They're willing to talk to you about a low premium product, a monthly commitment. And then once you get to know them, you build a relationship with the client, then you can sell them or approach them with a MedSup policy, with a life, with an annuity, whatever it is you sell that really pays the bills in your office. So great opener, great product for a referral. You get to know people, and then again you can sell the other lines. And the people that have embraced offering dental and vision have seen an increase in their other business. So overall, it's a money maker, but not just on the commission that you receive from these products. Think of it that way. When we were building the products, we decided that we needed to take away as many objections as possible and make the story a little simple. So what we did is we make our products have the same rate regardless of the age. Why? Because if you have a product that is age-banded, like I have seen out there, the older you get, the more they charge, then you need to know how old the client is before you can even offer anything or tell them how much it is. With our product, you can sit in front of somebody knowing the zip code that you're in, and you can say, listen, I have a product that offers $2,000 a year, works this way. You can start your benefit tomorrow, and for you, it's going to be $45 or whatever the rate is. You will know that. And then later on, you can ask for their age. So you know exactly how much it is for everybody. We don't care. Any age, same rate, 18 plus. And we offer immediate coverage for all the services. That is huge, because that's a true differentiator from us, from the competition. I will say that every other plan that I see out there, they have at least a year wait before you can do any major services. And I don't know you, but if you need a dentist and you need it because something is not right, you don't want to wait a year. So with that, you get at least some level of benefit right away, which is that immediate satisfaction. People like that. Everyday effective days is basically that. You can sell the policy today and you can go to the dentist tomorrow, or you can make the effective day into the future up to 3 months. We took away enrollment fees because they don't make sense to me in a product that is such a small premium. So if you're going to pay $45 a month, for example, and we give you an enrollment fee of $25, now that $45 you talk to the client, it becomes $70 on the first month. And that's an objection to overcome. So no enrollment fees, period. No cost to you. We added a 30-day satisfaction guarantee because it's a nice thing to do when you're selling this to a client. Hey, if for any reason you change your mind, within 30 days, you can just simply tell us, full refund, no questions asked. The truth is that very, very few people actually do that. We hardly ever see anybody cancel. But it's nice to close the sale. People feel comfortable with that. And I think here that you can sell only one line for a reason. I've seen some products that are DVH, dental, vision, and hearing. Well, maybe you don't need vision. Maybe you don't need hearing. Maybe you don't need dental. With us, you can buy vision only, dental only, or dental and vision. So buy what you need. The plans that we have are in the screen right now. If I were you, if I were an agent, I would only learn one of them. Because if you know one of them, you know both of them. They're that simple. The truth is that these plans are way too similar to even have two of them. And we're trying to work on that and try to see if we can change this and just make it more different. But today, that's what we have. And the Advantage Plus is the product that I will be selling if I was an agent. Advantage Plus, why? Because the difference in price between Advantage and Advantage Plus is about $3 to $5 a month. So it's not even worth talking about the other one. Just offer the best one, period. Advantage Plus, as you can see, or Advantage, they offer 100% day one on preventive services. And to us, preventive services are the exams and the cleanings. Okay? Then on the basic services, we offer 35% day one. After a year, it goes up to 65%, and after 2 years, it goes up to 80% coverage. Major services, we start you on most states at 15% day one, and then 50% after that. And 50% is a lot better than zero, which is what you see with other carriers. So pretty straightforward. You get something immediately on everything here. As you can see, the Advantage, the second plan, the orange, in the screen, that one is very similar. The only difference is that the basic services only go up to 65% after 2 years, and major services start a little less at 10%, and they take 2 years to get to 50%. I wouldn't sell it. I'm just telling you the truth. If I were you, I would sell Advantage Plus, and if you don't know about the other one, it's fine. Why not sell the best one when the difference in price is so small? In addition, Advantage Plus offers orthodontic services for kids only. So if you're selling it to a parent with a child or a family rate, you can, and they have kids and the kids need ortho, they will have some coverage of ortho, but this does have a waiting period. You do get it after the second year. And basically it's $500 per child with a maximum of $1,000 per child over the life of the policy. So the first year the child gets $500, the second year $500, and then it's done. So it's a little hope towards ortho. If you know they have kids and the kids look like they're going to need orthodontic services by the policy, and when you need to go get that corrected, you have the coverage. Again, if you're dealing with only seniors, this is not applicable, so don't talk about it, only when you have a kid involved or kids involved in the plan. The deductibles are probably the thing that most people get confused. And I'm going to make it simple for you. The first year, the client is going to have a $100 deductible. Years 2 plus, they're going to have a $50 deductible. Keep it simple. You don't have to explain it any further. This is why. We have a $50 deductible on preventive only once. The very first time you get your exams and your clinics, you pay $50. And then in the event that you need basic or major services, you pay an extra $50. That's why you get how you get to the $100 year one. On years 2 plus, all you need to pay is for basic or major, right? But let's go up to the plan really quickly. Okay, so here we are. First year, I get my exam, my cleaning, I got to do it. But what do doctors or what do dentists always tell you to do at least once a year? X-rays. And X-rays are under basic. So you're going to pay $50 here or $50 in basic. Perfect. That's your $100 year one. And then going forward, you're going to get your X-rays once a year. So that's your $50 years 2 plus. Simple as that. If you need any additional service, for example, if you're going to do a crown, you don't have a deductible because you already paid your deductible when you got your X-rays. That's why you only pay $50 once. That's simple. So $100 year one, $50 years 2 plus. Keep it simple. In terms of the calendar year maximums, the plan defaults to $1,000 per year per person. and you can actually increase it to 2,000. I will recommend to always sell the 2,000. Again, it's one of those things, the difference in price between 1,000 and 2,000 doesn't justify selling the 1,000. Just give the client $2,000 for a few more bucks. It makes sense. You're doubling the coverage. If they need it, they have it. And we're not going to make them poor by, adding a few more bucks. It's nothing major. So if you add the $2,000 plan, you only get $1,000 on major services. So half of whatever you choose can be applied towards major services. So for example, if you need to get 17 fillings done, I don't know why, you only have 32 teeth normally, but if you need to do 17 fillings and you need the whole $2,000 to be applicable towards the fillings, you're fine. You can utilize the whole $2,000. But if you need a crown, you can only have $1,000 paid by the insurance company per year. And it's calendar year. So for example, if you sell a policy in October, you tell your client, hey, you have your $2,000 from here to December. And in January 1st, you get another $2,000. So you can get some services done at the end of the year and then start again at the beginning of the year. It's like getting a $4,000 benefit. So keep that in mind. Now, I'm assuming this is going to apply to a lot of you on the phone, because if you do business in Connecticut, Illinois, Missouri, New York, or Texas, these 5 states told Security Life when we did the individual filing with each state that we couldn't offer anything with less than 50% coinsurance. So fine. Instead of offering 15% on major services day one, we offer 50% day one. Talk about that. Talk about a benefit that nobody can beat you with. 100% day one on preventive, 50% day one on everything else. And then basic goes up to 80 later. Wow, that is a very strong benefit. It is good in every other state. It is great in these 5 states. Yes, the rate is a little higher, but it's very little. It's just a tiny bit more. So not a big difference. And you have the strongest plan in the state. If you cannot sell that, you shouldn't be in sales. Really, it is that good. So 50% day one. You can buy the plan today. You can go to the dentist tomorrow to get a crown, and we pay for 50% of the bill. Talk about a client that is going to love you for that and is going to love the product. So hopefully you take advantage of it and have fun with selling it, because you're going to sell a ton of it. So now that you know the plan designs, pretty straightforward. It's an increase in benefit, simple as that. Let's talk about how you sell it. So you have Advantage Plus or Advantage, I don't care. You can sell it to any client and tell them that they can use it with any dentist anywhere they want. They can go to a dentist in Mexico, in Canada, in Europe, I don't care. Any dentist, you can use this plan. The way we calculate this is based on the usual and customary rate. And what that means is we look at the UCR, the usual and customary rate in your area, at the 80th percentile. Okay? In simple terms, if in your area, in your zip code, whatever you're selling this, there were 100 doctors, and let's say that 80 of those doctors charge, I don't know, $150 to do a service. 10% of the doctors charge $160, and the other 10%, $140. So we're going to pay you based on what 80 of those doctors do, 80%, the 80th percentile. So we're going to pay based on $150 in this scenario. So if you happen to be one of the unlucky ones who goes to a doctor that has inflated pricing and they charge $160, then the client will be liable for the extra $10, because we're only going to pay up to $150. But this is not a schedule policy. It's not a set dollar amount. It's a changing number based on the UCR in your area at the 80th percentile. It's that simple. So in 99% of the cases, or most of the cases, you won't see any problems. If the dentist charges $100 and we're liable for 50%, we pay $50. The client pays $50. That's simple. Go anywhere you want. Now, you can also sell the same 2 plans, the same benefits, but you can sell it with a network version attached to it. So basically, when you go into our link and you sell this deal, if it says Advantage Plus, you can go anywhere you want. If it says Advantage Plus Network, then you know that the client must utilize a dentist in the network for the plan to work the way that they're supposed to. If you choose the network version, again, totally optional, then we pay based on the maximum allowable charge. All that is the rate negotiated between the dentist and the network. So basically, the dentist agrees to charge less for a service in exchange for volume because the network is going to bring more clients. It's that simple. And we pay based on that rate. This is going to make sense. It make more sense in a second when I show you the example. But maximum care, the network that we utilize, if you go into a dentist's office and you say, do you take security life? They probably won't know what you're talking about. If you say, do you take maximum care? They probably won't know what you're talking about either. So this is what you need to ask. Do you take Carrington? Yes, I take Carrington. That is a network that is well known in the dental world. Do you take Dentamax? Oh, yes, I do take Dentamax. So all it is the combination of the Carrington and the Dentamax networks. Both of those networks, if they take either one of the networks, they're part of the network. It's that simple. So you got to educate your clients to ask them, or to ask the dentist, or look it up on the site, if they take one of the either Carrington or Dentamax. If one of those two are approved, then you're good to go. And I'm going to show you how to look at this in a second. Here's the example that I mentioned. So we went to Carrington and we say, hey, give us a pricing, the national average, at the 80th percentile to do some of the most common services. And here it is. The first column is the UCR, the out-of-network pricing. Okay, and this is a national average. So for example, a crown is $1,168. That's a national average in the US. If you're in Minnesota, for example, a crown is more like $1,400. So it will be the UCR based on $1,400. If you're in New York and Manhattan, you're probably going to pay $1,700, or in California. So it depends on where you are. It could be more or less. This is simply an average to show you an example on how this works. So okay, you go get a crown, and you go out of network. It's $1,200. Let's say it was $1,200 for the crown. You pay $600. We are at the 50% coinsurance. We pay $600. Everybody's happy. Remember what I told you? If you go in network, we negotiated the rate. So the dentist will charge for that crown $758. In this case, if the client goes into a network dentist, they charge $758. We pay $379. The client pays $379. Everybody's happy. It is that simple. You don't have to make it complicated. It is half of the bill. The only thing that could go wrong here is if you sell the network version, for example, Advantage Plus network, and the client goes out of network. Now we have a problem because the dentist is going to charge $1,168. And we're going to send a check for $379. That is not half. That is half of the negotiated network price, which is what the client purchased. And that client is going to call you and say, why did you tell me that this plan was going to pay for half of my crown? And it didn't. And I said, well, it did. Have you gone to the network? But since you went out of the network, we only pay for half of the network pricing. And that's a very uncomfortable phone call. So if you don't want to deal with that phone call, or you don't want to look at this network, or you don't want to explain the network because you don't make enough money on dental to spend too much time selling it and explaining it, simply sell the Advantage Plus. If you sell the Advantage Plus that does not say network, and they go in network, they still receive the network discount. If they go out of network, we still pay for half. You have a happy client. That's one way to simplify your life. Make it, sell Advantage Plus to everybody, and you never have to speak about the network. If they go there, great. If they don't go there, great. But if you want to sell the network, you must be sure that the dentist that they're going to use is in the network, so you don't have issues. Is that? I think that's pretty clear. So that's the dental. Is that simple? It should be simple. Again, you need to be able to sell this in 2 to 3 minutes. If we make it complicated, you won't do it. This is only a door opener. This is a way to help you grow your business. Everybody asks about it. People are used to having dental, so hopefully you'll take this approach into your business and grow the other lines of business, utilizing dental and vision as your door opener or your relationship building type of product. The vision plan, this is a situation where I highly recommend that you ask your client before you offer it, where do you get your eyes checked? Where do you want to go buy your eyeglasses? Because this is important, that you sell it based on where they're going to go, not based on the features and benefits that I'm about to show you. So what we did here is we went to the two largest networks that are the IMED network and the VSP network. And we built a plan with each one of them. So we call the Select plan the PrimeStar Select. That's the one that utilizes the IMED network. And the PrimeStar Choice uses the VSP network. The question is, where do you go? If they go to the mall to get their eyes checked, basically, you may want to sell them the Select plan, because the IMED is normally at the mall type of retail store. The Lens Crafters, Pearl Vision, the Sears Optical, JCPenney, etc. You can see it on the screen. The VSP, however, is mostly known for private practice doctors. Now, notice that in the IMED one, we also have independent provided networks. So there are some private practice doctors as well. So you really have to look it up once I tell you where they go. And based on where they go, you sell plan A or plan B. It's that simple. Like any network really means that you get a discount card in addition to the insurance coverage, right? So you have discounts on additional eyewear, you have discounts on LASIK surgery and stuff like that, regardless of which plan you buy. This is how they work. Let's talk about the Select plan, the IMED network plan. We cover your exams every year. You can get an eye exam every year. And if you want lenses or contact lenses or frames, you can do it once every other year. So you can buy the first pair immediately, and then every other year you can buy a new pair. If you go to, let's say, Pearl Vision or one of these places that are in the network and you want to get an eye exam, you pay $25. Everything else is covered by the plan. To give you some reference, an eye exam costs somewhere between $100 to $150. In this case, you pay $25 and the rest is covered by your insurance plan. If you want frames, you select a pair of frames, you have an allowance of $130 for the frames or the contacts. So if you want to get a very expensive set of frames that are $200, you pay $70, we pay $130. If you need lenses, which I'm assuming you do if you get frames, you pay $25, we pay the rest. So you can walk in, get your exam, and an exam, I'm talking, they look at the health of your eye, they dilate your pupils, they measure your sight. It's a true exam, not just the measuring your sight type of thing. So you pay $25, you get frames within the allowance, up to $130, you get your lenses, and you walk away paying $50. If you have gotten eyeglasses and got an eye exam in one of these places, you know that this is a bargain. You know that normally you will be paying $400 or $500 easily. So huge savings having this plan. Is definitely worth it. If you want to get some enhancements added to your lenses, like UV coating, you pay an extra $15. If you want the anti-reflective coating, you pay an extra $45. So just know that these enhancements will increase the price a little bit on the copays. The good thing is that this product only costs $10 per person, $20 for 2 people, and basically $30 for 3 people. You can see it on the screen. We are in 42 states with these plans, the vision plans. So do check your availability. I know Texas, we have it, and the brokerage is in Texas, but we do have it in most states. Very, very good plan. The Choice plan, and we're almost done here. The Choice plan, you can get the exams and the frames every single year. So you can buy the insurance, right away get your exam and your glasses, and then do it every single year. This one, the eye exam only costs you $10. On the other one, it was $25. So it's a little cheaper on the copay. Your allowance is $150 instead of $130, and it's every year instead of every 2 years. So more often and more money. And your copays, as you can see, all the other copays are also a little less. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Smaller copays, more allowance, more frequent. Of course, there is a higher rate. So this one is $16 per person per month, $30 for two, and $45 for a family. And a family can be one child or six children. We don't care. It's a family rate. So as you can see, pretty inexpensive insurance, really good deal. And definitely, if you're using eyeglasses or you need contacts, it gives you a significant savings considering how much that costs. So highly recommend these products. People are going to be happy, great door openers, good networks, and between the two, you can find them anywhere. So that is the dental and the vision product. You know the features and benefits on it. But now let's talk a little more about the selling experience. How do we make it easy for you? Why Security Life and not somebody else? Well, this is why. First of all, in terms of an opportunity, you can sell this to anybody who doesn't have dental or vision through an employer. Anybody, whether they're retired, students, self-employed, whatever the reason may be. If they don't get it through their employer, there is a potential client for you. So I'm going to get out of here for a second, and I'm going to take you into how this works. Basically, what we do is you get appointed with Security Life. Basically, you go through the brokerage. They send you the contracting information or the appointment information. You get appointed, and within 24 hours, you are going to get an email from us that looks very similar to the one on the screen. And basically, in this email, we're saying, welcome to the company. Here is your agent number, and here is your own hyperlink. This link, and you even have a button you can utilize to put on your website, on your email signature. You can put on your Facebook page for all we care. It's up to you where you want to promote this plan, right? So you get the hyperlink, and anybody who clicks on these links and basically, goes into it is going to get into an enrollment, a quote and enrollment tool where your agent information will show up with your phone number and your address if you want to. And if they buy anything through here, because it is consumer friendly, you get credit for the sale. Or if you want to do it for them, it takes you about 2 minutes to go through the process. It's that simple. So let's show you how it works. So I go in here, and I'm going to put my zip code. All right. This is in Minnesota. And then you get to choose whether it is one person or two or a family. You can choose dental or vision. And you choose the effective date. Again, any day up to the 28th of every month, so you're going to start on the 1st. If the client tells you, hey, listen, I get paid at the end of the month, can you make it the 1st of the month? Sure. The day that you select as the effective date is the day that we go after the money, either on their bank account or their credit, debit card, whatever they want to use to pay. So you select the plan. You select to see the plans. And you have the two vision plans that I show you. The select, the rate is the same that I told you because it's the same rate everywhere. And you can see the copays by expanding this and seeing the different copays for the different services. And you can see here, utilizes the IMED Access Provider Network. In the second one is the BSP, right? And you see the price. So let's see, what was the question? Where do you go to get your eyes checked? So you click on the link for the IMED Access Provider. You type in the client's zip code. The access provider, it says it on the title, and get the results. And in here, you can look it up by name if you want to in this box, or you can see that near my zip code, where I live in Shakopee, Minnesota, you have Pearl Vision, Target, all the big retail stores on the right side, and all the private clinics on the left side. So I can go anywhere I want to do either one of these services with this insurance. Very, very similar to what you will do if you were to do the BSP. Same thing, you click on the link, you put in the zip code, same type of thing, so I'm not going to show you. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase one of these plans, and this fellow is going to come out reminding you about the dental. If you start with dental, there is a lady that will be wearing eyeglasses, and she will remind you about the vision. So don't worry, we'll remind you. So now you can sell the dental plans, you can view them. And now remember what I told you here? Well, the first thing is the product that I just purchased, but then you have the Advantage Network, Advantage Plus Network. Remember what I told you? Just sell the Advantage Plus. Look at the difference, $4 difference. Why would you even bother to sell the Advantage? Sell the best plan. But it's up to you. That's why we have them. And then you have the Advantage and Advantage Plus. It doesn't say network next to the name, meaning that you can go anywhere you want. Look at the first bullet. Freedom to use any dentist with the opportunity to utilize the maximum care. So you still get the discounts of the network if you go in network anyway, but you can go anywhere you want, and you, the agent, you don't have to explain it to anybody. They can go anywhere you want. Simple. All right. So this is what I will do. I will make it 2,000. So right now, look at the prices, $40.62. You see it down on the green line on the bottom? So I'm going to go ahead and make it 2,000. It changes to $49.78. Perfect. I want double the coverage for 10 more bucks or 9 more bucks. So I will tell to the client, listen, I have a plan, $2,000 benefit. It's a $180.50 ultimately. It's going to get there. Depending on the state, you're going to start at, these benefits or not. This is what it covers, and the price is $49. If they say yes, you sell it and you say no more. You move on to the Vision, or you move on to the MedSup, or you move on to whatever you want to sell them, or you leave it for another day, but you just sell it and you're done with it. If the client says, I love the plan, it's a great dental plan, I understand the deductibles, I understand the whole thing, but you know what, $50 a month is a little more than I was hoping. Well, I tell you what if I can offer you the same plan, and I make it 2,000 here. Okay, the same plan that you just reviewed with me, the same deductibles, the same everything, but what if I can make it $34.28 instead of $50? Tell me more. So that's your backup plan. If you sold it, you don't even have to go to this part, but it's a lot easier to sell down than it is to sell up. If you start at the highest, best possible plan, best price or highest price, you can always go down. But if you start at the lowest price, it's very difficult to go up and get the client to accept the difference in payment if they already have an objection with the rate, right? So I wouldn't say this in everything, but in individual dental, it makes sense to do it that way. Start high and go down only when needed. All right, so now you have it, $34.28, but there is a catch. The only reason why I was able to offer you this discount is because you have to utilize it with a dentist in the network. So now you're really positioning the client to use the network. So you click in here, see how it says designed for those who will utilize the maximum care network. Why? Because it says network on top. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. And you're now in the maximum care, the Carrington DentaMax page. You can look it up by name, or you can simply just put in the city, the zip code. Put in the zip code, search for providers. I'm going to make it 100 here. You can print this list and bring it to your appointment. You can email the list. I will email it to myself, the agent, and then forward it to the client so the email comes from you. But look at all the dentists in my area. I mean, it just within 0 miles, I have all of this, and it goes on and on and on. So there is plenty of them. Maybe, especially if you're in Texas, Carrington is home base in Texas or headquartered in Texas. So almost every dentist takes Carrington. So if you're there, you're going to be fine selling the network plan. So that's how you can view it. But going back to the plan, I'm going to go ahead and sell this one because I didn't want to talk about the network. If they were there, great. So I sold the $49 plan. And I'm going to proceed to the checkout. And all you got to do here is fill in your client's name, address, a couple of questions, phone number, and email address. Email address, the next screen is basically if they give you a check, you can put the bank account number and the routing number. If they give you a credit card or a debit card, you just enter that information. You proceed to the next page, submit it, and you're done. You get a confirmation. What happens then is that the client is going to get an email saying thank you for your purchase, and it's going to have the dollar amount and when it's going to happen and all of that, and the phone numbers to call us in case they have any questions. At the same time, they're going to have your phone number generated in the letter or in the email, so they can call you as well. And you, the agent, you get a similar version of this email with the information of what you just sold. Great. The client will receive their ID cards about 7 days after the effective date into their home. If they requested the policy in a paper format, they get that as well. If they requested the policy in an email format, they get it sooner. But the ID cards, the dental ID cards, will come on the mail. And that's how simple it is. With that, you can always take the client, after the, after a week. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Sorry about that. So the client will be receiving an email that looks like the one on the screen right now. And basically, hello, thank you for your purchase. You got your ID cards now. You can go online at securitylife.com. You can enroll into the client service portal, and you can, review your information, change it, edit it, request new ID cards, add dependents, whatever it is you need to do, you can do it online. Or you can call us, and we'll do it for you. You, the agent, you can now go to securitylife.com, same thing, go into the login screen, and register as an agent. You follow the instructions. It's pretty self-explanatory, and you can view your commissions, your production, your contract, and all that information is now available online for you, the agent, as well. Just keep in mind that whatever production you did the month before is what you can see online. It's not what you sold yesterday. We're not that quick yet. We're going to be that quick in the near future. We're programming, but right now you do have to wait until the next month to see the prior month's production, but it will be all online for you as well, and you will receive a commission statement, of course. We do pay commissions the first week of every month. So once a month, the first week of every month for the production the month prior. So with that, you can see the phone numbers on the screen for Daniela at the brokerage. She's an expert on this as well, and if not, she knows how to get a hold of us. We have the Sales Connect team. You can see it on the bottom. These are our internal sales team. By the way, I forgot to show you this, but when you're in the enrollment tool, you can chat with them and ask them questions. They will help you via chat, or you can call us or call them, and we'll help you through whatever you need. We really love the opportunity to work with you. You have my phone number in the screen. You have my email as well. Thank you very much. And with that, Daniela, if there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. But do you want to say a closing word?
Sure. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and feel free to type them into the question box, and then we can answer them now. Otherwise, you can feel free to call either me or Diego, or email us, and we'll answer any questions that you might have. Thank you, everybody, for attending the webinar today. And Diego, thank you again for coming out and talking to us today about these great products. It's very informative, and we really appreciate you coming. And if it doesn't look like there's any questions right now, so we can go ahead and end the webinar. You guys will receive a follow-up email with a link to the recorded webinar in case you would like to rewatch or go back and check out specific details. So keep an eye open for that email coming out today. Thank you guys all very much for being on the webinar, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. You take care.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.